Hello, this is Reasons Are Several bonus episode volume 4. My name is Matt. Today you're going to hear some previously unreleased content that was originally part of our Patreon audio. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode, which will be recorded in person, so stay tuned for that. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at ReasonsR, and Neil is at AngelsFreak7. Please go out, subscribe, and review us on iTunes, and tell a friend. This week's bonus episode includes dogs, guns, drones, camel toes, cars, and I'm not going to lie, we talk about sex bots again. So check it out. This story you sent me is crazy.
Yes.
And of course it happened in Florida, by the way.
Florida man claims his dog shot his sleeping girlfriend. This is
Seems
one
a
of
little
my
suspect.
One of my biggest fears. Well, let me tell a little bit about the story. So, they make a bad joke about dog bites man. Story isn't about man bites a dog. No one ever said anything about dog shoots woman.
Right.
So, dude lets his dog out. Diesel, his dog.
Great name.
It's a good dog's name. A lot of Diesels. It's weird. I wonder if it's always been popular or if the Vin Diesel thing just brought it back into the fold. And then I was also thinking maybe Shaq. Oh,
right. Could be.
Let's see. Man told officers they got up to let the dog outside. When they came back inside, Diesel, the dog, walked back into a dark bedroom where the man's girlfriend was still sleeping. The man then saw a flash and a bang. It's believed that the dog jumped on the nightstand, causing a Springfield XD40 to discharge. 25-year-old woman was hit in the leg. She was taken to Orange Park Medical Center with non-life-threatening injuries. So, as I was saying earlier, I'm sorry, you were gonna say something.
There's just a lot of thoughts. The first one being, and I had to look up what kind of gun that is. By the way, it's just a simple handgun.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you have a gun on your bedside without the safety on pointed at your bed.
Well, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. This is one of my biggest fears because I leave guns everywhere, just everywhere. Pointed at the bed. I've got them in the bathroom. I put them on the dog's bed. And I'm thinking like one of these days, the dog is going to move and shoot on Elise in the freaking leg.
It's like how, sometimes people be like, where are my car keys? Why are they in the fridge?
Right.
Gun.
Yeah. Right.
Fridge.
Well, I keep the ammo in the fridge next to more guns.
And your chocolate.
Let's keep it cold in my chocolate. My chocolate's in the freezer, damn it.
Of course.
Yeah. So this is it. Do you believe this story? I kind of do.
Well, so there was a funny quote from one of the neighbors, I think it said, I don't think the dog could do it.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but I don't think the dog could do it.
What a great quote.
Yeah.
It seems so improbable that this could happen. Like I said, gun, no safety, pointed at the bed, dog jumps up on the nightstand and just happens to fucking hit the trigger and shoots her? That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I think there was either some sort of domestic issue or just a straight accident that they felt embarrassed about, like Plaxico Burress style, and they just didn't want to fucking admit to it. But there's rules when it comes to lying, folks, and you can take your cues from Nicole Kidman. That is, if you're gonna lie, the more crazy, ludicrous, and in-depth that lie is, the harder that is to keep up. You got to keep shit simple.
Right. The
Don't
only way
say
the
your
crazy
fucking dog did.
Right. The only way the crazy lies actually work is when they really happen, because you're never going to screw anything up because it's always going to be the same outrageous craziness.
Or like one wrinkle. Just one. Like it's the 95% of the story is true, but the 5% that makes you not implicate yourself or whatever is what you go with. I'm not trying to tell everybody how to lie, but I'm just saying the more outlandish it is, the harder that shit is to maintain and to make believable.
Yeah. And you're probably right. Maybe they were just sitting there talking, or maybe he was playing with maybe the dog jumped and scared him and he pulled the trigger. Obviously, even if he did it on purpose, he was shooting her in the leg. So
or he was drunk as fuck and was fucking around and shot her. Thought he had one of those goddamn hipster bar, taser guns.
Right. But even then, you can just say, yeah, I accidentally shot her.
But then do you get in some sort of trouble for having firearms?
Discharging a firearm within city limits is a crime.
There you go.
Unless it's in a, like a target range or something.
And I don't know if there's some sort of rule about drinking.
But it's Florida.
Shooting.
They don't care.
But yeah, but then maybe that's what he said.
He could have just pulled a Trayvon Martin and said, yeah, I thought she was breaking into my house. She was wearing a hoodie.
It could. Or he could say, because she was wearing a hoodie. he could just say, "This is Florida. The craziest shit in the world happens here. I'm just gonna say my dog shot you."
It's
like,
true.
Okay. By the way, a fucking kid lives there. Thank God they weren't there that night. But a kid lives in this house.
One of my things would be talk to the dog, because the dog is going to be freaked out.
Right.
So if the dog's like freaking terrified, I mean, the dog would be terrified even if you just shoot the gun in the room.
Sure.
But if his action caused that sound, he'd be terrified.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely. If it was Zero would probably try to shoot himself.
Right. So bring him in for questioning.
Right.
And he gets a lawyer, but just walk through the scenario. You know that dog's going to crack. He's going to tell what happened.
Oh, yeah. He's in a second. Give him a freaking a bone and he's done.
By the way, is there a pile of shit next to the nightstand? Because there should be.
Yeah. Did his little anal glands release? Because then you'll know.
Oh, man. This is just a crazy story. Unreal. Don't keep a fucking gun by your bedside, like on the table.
Dude, you're missing the point. Teach the fucking dog not to jump on the nightstand. Jesus.
Guns don't shoot people in the legs. Dogs do when they come back from peeing.
That would be, guns don't shoot people. Dogs do.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Rarely.
Then down.
But it happens.
USA, Florida.
Right. Oh, shit.
All right. Matt.
Yes.
Do you have a mailbox?
I do have a mailbox.
Is it a cut into like a garage door or front door? Is it one that you like? It's like a little bucket you stick stuff in.
I have a proper like stand up mailbox that sits out on the street.
Oh, with a door?
With the door.
Like a mailbox, baseball mailbox.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, nice.
Do you not?
Well, that's good. No, I have the one that goes onto the house by the front door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they got to walk up and drop that shit in. You make the mail
money?
carrier get out of his.
You mean earn their money? Well, yeah, but we don't have snow like you guys do.
Well, this year, no shit.
Have you ever seen when you drive home? I imagine you pass the mailbox. You see it like pulling into your driveway or past your freaking gold gates or whatever the fuck you rich people have.
Yes.
All right. Do you ever look at that box and think, I'd like to fuck the shit out of it?
Well, it's a big box, so I wouldn't get very far.
But still,
it'd be hot dog down a hallway situation.
We've all been there.
Yes, I understand. It is a hole, and when I see holes, I want to put my dick in it.
Well, you would not be alone. I am not going to try and pronounce some of these names. However, I will say it was in another country, Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Speaking of guns.
52-year-old man pleaded guilty in court last week to 3 counts of damaging a door and floor on dates between February 1 and August 12,
6 months.
2016. Hey, man.
6 months.
How long you been rubbing one out?
Well, this is a big pattern.
This is a big pattern. Last August, a man who was having work done on his late mother's house became suspicious after observing a quote-unquote puddle on the floor just inside the front door of the house. He installed a CCTV camera to identify the culprit, and footage showed a Parcel Force van. Parcel Force? Like, that's a freaking high tech.
Yeah, right.
Who do you work for? I work for Parcel Force.
You know they they have dope fucking uniforms.
We have UPS and FedEx. They have Parcel Force. Parcel Force van pulling up outside the house one lunchtime. The man walked to the door, placed his private parts in the letterbox on the front door on the recording, and then he appeared to masturbate through the letterbox.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
How do you do this? Because the picture they show in the article, which I'm assuming is what we're talking about, is just like it's like a mail slot in a door where you throw the mail through. Right. These things are not that big.
No, but they can be. The gap can be 2.5, 3 inches sometimes.
Okay.
And so if you lift up the door, I mean, you have maybe a 9-inch long, 9-inch by 2.5-inch gap or slit or slut, as he probably called it. So if you've got a decent
slut.
You got a decent chub going, you're going to get top and bottom connection.
But do you think
to the rod?
I'll let you continue the story. But do you think he is jerking with his hand, or he's actually grinding against the hole?
I'm going to hope he's grinding against the hole.
Because if he's grinding against the hole, we're talking splinters. We're talking.
Well, usually it's a metal or brass.
Okay,
they're
so
ornamental.
It's cold.
Well, yeah, but dude's going after it. Maybe he's in a necrophilia.
I guess so. I'm just trying to think how that is going to get you off rubbing against a piece of metal like that. Anyway, continue.
Well, we're going to visit soon. Don't worry about it. The incident lasted a few minutes before the man got back into his van and drove off. That's what I like. He's done and he just bails.
I'm out.
No
Did
dinner,
he deliver
no
the
nothing.
fucking mail while he was there?
Right. On a second occasion, a few days later, the man noticed the camera as he was carrying out the sex act.
Yeah.
You're like, and you look over and you're like, oh yeah. You think like he sucked in his gut real quick and he was like, oh no, I'm good.
Or yeah, did he notice the camera before? It was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
After police examined the footage, this gentleman was interviewed and denied urinating, but admitted to masturbating.
I love that.
Yeah. No,
Hey
dude,
guys,
I'm not
let's
pissing.
be. Hey, I may be a little off. But I'm not rude.
I'm not gross.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna pee all over the place.
Describing the act as spontaneous, he could offer no other explanation.
Spontaneous, dude. 6 months.
Yeah, you don't understand. I roll up. I got half mast going.
She's dressed like that. She's
She's
talking about the door.
She's all freaking lavishly clad in gold and brass.
Got 2 knockers on the door.
She's calling out to me. I open up her slot and it's like, let's get it on.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, open it.
And so then when I'm done, I'm like, I don't even feel bad about myself.
No, it's a bump and
bail.
run right there.
Bump and run. Rubbing is racing.
Oh my God. I love how he describes it as spontaneous. That's so funny. It just happened. It just happened time and time again over the course of 6 months.
Then I think the guy who installed the CCTV, he goes a little kind of overboard.
With the price?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
5,400 pounds.
Yeah.
To replace the door, have the place cleaned, install the closed circuit TV. And it said he was unable to rent the property from February to October last year as a result of this problem. I don't buy all that.
Oh, I don't buy all
I believe
of it.
the dude was doing it, but I think he's kind of taking advantage of the situation. Because why
Oh,
replace the
of
door?
course.
I mean, unless this dude had a freaking tent pole that he was banging away on your door, freaking wipe it off. I mean, what is he freaking coming bleach?
Yeah. He
Is
might
it hydrochloric acid shooting out that snake? I mean, what's
Right.
going on?
just wipe it up and go about your business. Yes,
Yeah.
you should get some sort of compensation for what you did.
Yeah,
I mean, installing the closed circuit TV, sure, because you had to catch the asshole.
I get that, and I get
Maybe
a
some
few
cleanup.
$100s for professional cleaning.
Right.
Even if you had to hire a painter or somebody to stain the door or paint the door,
Right. Or install
at
a
least
proper
cut that
glory
in
hole.
half. Yeah, right. Yeah, a fleshlight. Fleshlight mailbox.
Oh, God damn it. Well, you know how I feel about drones, right?
You are
They're
a
back.
fan
They
of
are
drones.
back. I got issues with drones. They make me a little scared, kind of like self-driving cars and robots.
Sex bots.
Yeah.
My robots.
All those things.
This-
But I think France has come up with a fucking great plan for how to deal with drones.
hmm
Eagles.
Yeah.
So today, in the world is turning into an apocalyptic video game news, France is using trained eagles to take down drones. Oh man, I'm not going to pronounce this right. At Mont de Marsan, an air base in southwestern France, Army personnel have been training 4 eagles to track, catch, and destroy unmanned aircraft in mid-flight. The eagles were hatched on top of drones and chased drones in reward for meat throughout their lives. I love the training process.
Oh yeah.
Go get those drones and you'll get your meat. So bizarre.
I just hope they have like some protection on their, because those drone freaking propellers
Right.
don't screw around. So I
Yeah, I
hope
don't
the Eagles have some protection.
These eagles got talons. I don't think they give 2 fucks about the propellers. They're taking this shit down.
However, the Eagles and most eagles are freaking huge.
Big. Yeah.
Have you ever seen an eagle in real life?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I have.
like
I have seen
they're freaky as hell.
They are. I've seen, unfortunately, a bald eagle at a zoo
Oh,
in Arizona. Well, he was all fucked up. He's like, his wings were all fucked up. He couldn't fly anymore.
oh, okay.
So now they just stick him out there for everybody to look at all day long. So that's cool. But anyway,
that's all right.
he was huge, enormous.
and now, to you, did it still look like? To me, they didn't look like birds anymore. It just looked like this weird creature. I'm like,
Well, yeah, there's.
It's not proportioned to like a freaking little bird that you see
Right.
out in the wild or a parakeet. All of a sudden, it's like, I can see your muscles, bro.
Yes.
Your feathers should be hiding those. Why are you flexing?
Yeah, I think that's true of a lot of. Why are you flexing? I think that's true of a lot of animals that are that size. Like you watch I've been watching a lot of Nat Geo lately with the kids, and you see all those fucking animals, tigers.
Don't get me started on hippos.
Elephants and shit. Oh, man. And then you see them in person, you're like, Jesus, fuck, these things are monsters.
Yeah. Nothing like
could you
seeing
imagine encountering that on your own? And be like, oh, no.
Yeah. Especially like I've been to, what is it? Marine World, Africa, USA. Actually, it might just be called Marine World now.
Okay.
It's actually right down the street from us now. And they have the tiger enclosure, and there was a tiger that was walking back stalking this kid. Kid was walking back on the glass. And so then the kid ran past the tiger swimmerary, or the tiger pool, as I'd like to call it, a swimmerary. So half of it, there's the glass wall so you can see under the water too.
Yeah.
And the frickin' tiger, as the kid ran, jumped into the water and the thing underwater was swimming faster than it was freaking running.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, how does it do that?
Yeah, see, just death machines, those things.
Yeah.
They can be, I was reading up, those fucking tigers can be up to 650 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a big mofo.
For the record, I am not a fan of zoos anything like that. I'm a fan of sanctuaries, but not zoos.
What about safari, like wildlife safaris?
If they're set up like a sanctuary, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
If they have the room to roam and they're there, like they bring the animals in because they're hurt or injured, and then the goal is to get them back out, and if not, they take care of them, but not to bring in like, oh, we don't have a rhino, so we're going to go find a rhino to bring in. Nothing like that. So if you happen to go and all there is prairie dogs, and it's prairie dog for you, you might go and they have like 4 elephants, but
Right. We just lost an elephant here at the Portland Zoo. Packy.
Not good.
Like 60 years old.
I know. Poor
Fucking
thing.
old. Anyway. So the Washington Post reports that this month the Eagles were finally ready, and the base launched screening from a tower across a field. The results are encouraging. The Eagles are making good progress. They believe eagles are more effective and more affordable method than the current most common method of defeating drones, using a device that interferes with drone signals. Reportedly, France hopes to use eagles in anti-drone simulations by the summer. Now, I know this is like built for warfare, which really isn't what I'm after. I'm just after killing all drones, taking all drones down. So like some, assholes in the park, and he's flying a drone around, and he's got a camera on it, and he's looking at your kids while they're playing. Eagle.
Right.
Boom.
I think drones should be allowed in drone parks. Like if they're like a big area where you're like, this is where you drone. This is where you go and drone. We have people come and they have the racing drones. Have you seen these? They're tiny and they fly at about 6,000 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, I've seen they have competitions for these things.
Yeah, and so people, because we have a big field, they'll come out and practice.
Right.
And it is insane. They're not allowed to. If there isn't a lot of people around, sometimes let them go for a few minutes, then tell them, sorry, you got to go.
Right.
It's freaking insane. But yeah, I would love an eagle to take them all out.
Yes.
I get drones for photography, like when they shoot. A friend of mine uses one to shoot mansions because he's a real estate agent. So he shoots the mansion.
Your friend of mine and I should hook up. Me being a finance guy, him dealing in mansions.
That's right. And I get like car videos and, for movies and photos of when it's a set shot and you're going to do it. I get that. Mm-hmm. But just thinking like, I'm going to fly this drone up in frickin' Central Park and video everybody, which isn't any different, I guess, than walking around with the cell phone. But still, there's something creepy about it to me.
Because I think
you're detached from the actual camera.
And it's kind of secretive. Because you don't know the drone's there.
Right.
That's creepy. So you're saying get some drone parks, like dog parks, where they can drone free.
Right next to the eagle training facility.
Oh, fuck. Go Eagles, I say, in this instance.
Oh, I hate the Eagles.
Well, I like real eagles.
I like legal eagles.
Was that
a show?
That was a movie.
Oh, okay.
With Deborah Winger and Robert Redford.
Deborah Winger, who's in The Ranch of the Netflix show that I watched.
She is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
She's the mom.
She's been in quite a few good movies today. 100 years ago, these movies.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on camel toe? I'm not trying to be gross. I'm going somewhere with this.
I'm not trying to be gross. This is an honest question. I want you to think about it and answer honestly.
Right. This one, I'm going to let you answer this one. Not that I didn't let you. I can't stop you from answering, but
not what I mean. The robot wife replacement question.
Right.
This one you have to answer.
Right.
When you see it in person, it's hard to look away.
Yeah. It's never bothered me. Like, I don't find it gross. Like I know some people are like it's. I mean, it's just.
Oh, I think there's a million other things that skeeve me out more than camel toe. It's just more like, oh, that's unfortunate. Does she know?
Right. I think when it's obvious that it's not like totally intentional.
It's like seeing a guy have a boner in his pants.
Yeah, that I feel bad about that. But sometimes some girls are into it. Whatever.
Well, tight pants.
But now, for anybody, including I think you and I, who wanted a nice, visible camel toe, we can now buy underwear with built-in camel toe.
Thank God. See, these are the technology advances I've been waiting for.
Right. A company in Japan has manufactured underwear that has a camel toe shape on it. The fake camel toe mold, which is made of silicone or thick fabric, is sewn into the front of the underwear. These panties have been tagged as party pants. Quote, unquote.
Straight up party. Oh, fuck yeah.
I like the fact that it says that they're selling really well.
Well, it said it started out slow.
Yeah.
Now it's picked up. But the interesting thing I thought, too, was the transgender aspect.
Yeah.
So like a lot of transgender people, especially men concealing their junk and making transitions and wanting to appear more feminine, are using this.
For one Halloween, I went as a Playboy bunny.
Okay.
And so I wore a cup to, like a smaller, tighter fitting cup. It actually worked really well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, how many years ago is this? Like 3?
That was this past Halloween. Annalise had to work, so I thought I'm just going to go out. Well, it may not have been actually Halloween. I was in the city. It was maybe late July.
Even better if you're by yourself in that costume and going at like prime time, like 6 o'clock with all the kids. So there's like a pack of kids that go up as ghosts and like fucking Power Rangers and shit, and then there's you standing behind them. Like, are you going to go off with your kids? Oh, those aren't my kids. I'm here with me.
Go off with the body shape I have now. So it just doesn't look right. You just don't fit into that one piece bathing suit anymore with the leggings.
I heard you had full candy bars here. What the fuck?
I feel camel toe here.
Yeah, right.
Touch it. Touch it. It feels real. Touch it.
For every touch, I get another candy bar.
Trick or treat, both. Touch it. So I'm hoping. Do you think your wife would like a pair?
I don't think so. I think she would not be interested in that at all.
No, here's what's kind of weird.
You keep bringing up my wife today.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't want to bring up other women because that's not fair.
I'm just kidding. I could speak more freely about them.
Like if you can do this with the equipment you have already, why buy these panties? Why not just hike up whatever you're wearing?
I don't know what the draw is here. I mean, the transgender thing makes sense, but
I like that they come in colors.
Right. Like, what the hell? But I don't understand why you would bother to do this. Like, what, I guess you just want to draw attention to your cooch?
Yeah.
I mean, why else would you do it? Or is it just a gag? But it wouldn't be selling this well if it was a gag. I do like the fact that they said they have a skimpier style that includes a curtain that you can peel back and flash people. What?
Did you see this? That's for those who really aren't into camel toes. I didn't go this far in the thing. Another Japanese company produces underwear that prevents camel toes.
Cucini.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They do the opposite. So they do underwear and bathing suits. And did you see what their fucking tagline is?
The original. Our lips are sealed.
Our lips are sealed. Hell, Go-Go's are desperate. They might find a deal there to do a jingle. Yes, Cucini is the opposite. We will prevent.
I do like how in the article they show a girl who has a little camel toe going on her Nike shorts, and then next to it is a camel's foot. It's like, come on.
Yeah, we get it. We know how it works.
It's easy to see how the wardrobe malfunction got its name.
Did you see the one with the jeans? That's hard to do in jeans.
Yeah, that takes work.
That must
that's
be the
commitment.
Product. That must be
commitment.
The product there. That can't be real. Like, that's got to be the product that's doing that.
Yeah.
Or those are some real tight jeans.
I wonder if they'll come out with moose knuckle underwear
they
next.
Should. Fucking why not?
Do it.
Do you want to wear a moose knuckle around?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean,
weird
products. What could it hurt? What could it hurt?
I didn't even see what could it hurt. Did you see how much it cost? I didn't even see how much it cost.
I didn't even look.
Oh, God damn it.
I don't know if they even mentioned it.
Priceless is what it is.
That's right. And you know, because if these are sold in Japan, you can buy them out of a freaking vending machine with your cell phone.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
And
What
that's
do I
not
need?
a slight. I
What
mean,
do
that's not a
need?
slight at all. I think that's all that stuff's really cool.
I need a cell phone. A bag of Doritos looks good. And a camel toe. Perfect.
Yeah.
Done.
I need some
Christmas
anime.
shopping done.
I need some tentacle porn, and I
Right.
need these camel toe.
2 for
Then you're
one.
at home. You're like, who does mom get? Does sister get? Does wife get? Who gets what?
Maybe
Oh,
there's
they
a
can
2 for 1.
share.
2 for 1, and you can split them up.
They can share.
Mom, I know how much you like the color blue. I got you a blue camel toe.
Got you a blue camel toe.
Hey, use it however you like. I don't care.
Oh, Dad already got you one. Sorry.
Damn it, your dad's so pissed.
Yeah, no.
Fucking
it's like,
that wasn't my idea.
This is why we need to talk about the gifts before we buy them.
Oh God, I'm gonna get you a Cucini gift card.
I just want I want the shirt, Cucini. Our lips are sealed.
So, as regular listeners to our bonus episodes now,
Episodes?
Boner episode. Oh fuck, we should call them boner episodes.
We
With
should.
the shit we talk about, we might as well. Because
We should just become a sex podcast.
We probably should.
Two guys talking about sex that don't think they're gay.
That are pretty sure they're not gay.
That are almost positive.
2 guys with beards who are, their wives. Anyway.
One bear, one cub who don't think they're gay.
But we always...
You can edit that out, right?
No, I'll let that stick. It's only the boner episode. Don't worry. Nobody listens to the boner episodes. But we talk about sex dolls a lot. Probably mostly because I put it on the list, but whatever.
And it's an interesting topic.
It is, and we're going to get into some stuff. It seems like every time we talk about it, there's a slightly different angle to it. Hey,
yeah.
Because we just there's a lot of ways you can come at this. Jesus. Okay. Got good
let's
news.
penetrate this subject.
That's right. I got good news for our friends living or traveling to Spain.
Mm-hmm.
In the first known brothel of its kind, a Barcelona establishment is offering erotic sessions with sex dolls only. Clients, this is long by the way, clients of the agency will have to pony up $127 an hour for a sex session with one of 4 big-breasted Lumi dolls. Blonde Katie, Asian-featured Lily, dark-skinned Liza, maybe is how you say that? And anime model Aki, who wears her blue hair and ponytails. Oh, boy. Why sex dolls? For one thing, the silicone dolls are expensive to own, costing at least $5,500, not to mention embarrassing to have around the house. Come on, it's not that embarrassing. Just put them in a closet. In addition, having sex with the doll is not technically cheating on a spouse. Now, we've talked about that and what we think about that. I think there's a lot of confusion there to say, is it really cheating or not? Because there's not like any sort of emotional connection and it's not a real person and it's just a puck. I mean, what's the difference between that and your wife using a dildo?
Right.
It's a machine designed for pleasure.
And the other side, like we talked about, if it was these, Liza, Katie, Lily, and Aki, what if and there's also Thomas for the guys. So if you're having sex with a male sex doll, it doesn't technically mean you're gay either.
Right. The thing that we're trying to prove to ourselves every week.
Right.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I'll get to the guy sex dolls in a second.
Yeah.
This is just women, though. Clients are invited to request clothing and positions for encounters with their quote-unquote mates in a private room in a downtown Barcelona apartment. Romance is not required. Dolls will be disinfected after each use, the website promises. Well, I fucking hope so. And clients are asked to use condoms. Maybe the icon would be good. This would be the perfect use for the icon.
You can have an autonomous car drive you to this place while wearing your icon and then
it's all coming together.
Bang Thomas and get the hell out before it's over.
Organizers claim that several sessions with the silicone stable have already been reserved. So people getting on board. So this is happening quickly. The current crop of artificial mates is expected to begin to morph from realistic looking dolls to something closer to robots. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't.
Are they saying that it's the robots make it more realistic, or they're saying it's separating it for your mind so you're not fucking yourself up?
No, I think they're saying it's gonna like move more like a robot. It's gonna be a humanoid robot
versus just a limp doll.
Right. Versus just a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
A giant fleshlight.
Exactly. Right. God, you know what? We should be fucking sponsored by Fleshlight with the amount of times you bring them up.
I've wanted one for so long, and I still haven't gotten one.
Fleshlight, you listening? They should at least sponsor our boner episodes.
That's true.
At a minimum. Anyway, a sci-fi model costing more than $15,000 could be on the market as early as next year, capable of speech and even appearing to express emotion.
Oh.
So will they like get mad at you? Like,
or
oh,
giggle.
you already fucking blew?
They're like, oh, that's
what
it?
The fuck's the matter with you?
Yeah.
They giggle. Oh, creepy. Now, this is where it gets interesting.
Mm-hmm.
California-based company Real Doll, which touts its brand as, quote, the world's finest love dolls expertly handcrafted in the USA.
Yep. USA. America.
Is creating a Harmony artificial intelligence model that will allow users to program personality based on 12 traits from shyness to wit, as well as to customize looks down to freckles. Real Doll also intends to offer a male robotic version. Hey, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And currently has male sex dolls. The robotic dolls will be controlled via an app paid for by subscription. McMullen envisions Harmony AI being capable of interactive conversations that will blossom into a learning about owners over time that won't necessarily be limited to sex. So now we're starting to form relationships beyond just a sexual release. We're actually having some sort of connection.
Interaction, right.
And he says he believes that will aid those who have difficult time with real relationships and will provide a way for others to explore uncharted territory. Like, hey, I want to fuck a guy in the ass, but let me fuck Thomas because then it's not real.
Yes, uncharted territory for sure.
Right.
Well, and we've kind of talked a little bit. Well, we talk a lot about this kind of stuff. But before we talked about prostitution too. And I do think that for some people that have a difficult time, and for some it could be physical limitations, for some it could be emotional limitations, this does allow them to experience some more, I don't want to say normal sex, but sex with another thing that's not just either jacking it or, clicking the mouse or whatever, dildos or fleshlights. And I think for that, it could be very therapeutic. It can also be interesting for people who just want to, I don't know, try crazy stuff. But like we talked about before, then it gets into that dark side about, do people start raping these things or getting kids or kittens?
Are there weird fantasies or like child molester type situations going on, which is what we talked about before.
Yeah.
So
that skeeves me.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, anything like this could lead down the dark path and will by some. It's inevitable.
I was thinking about a question I asked you. Didn't ask you, but I said somebody might ask you about what your doll might look like.
Right.
I've come to the conclusion I know exactly what my doll would look like.
Are you going to share this right now?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay. Me. Don't say me. Okay, it's you. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, please don't say me.
Yeah, it would be me.
You want to fuck yourself?
Well, more than I already do. Yeah.
Well, you could just look in the miror right now and kind of get the same effect.
It'd be the same personality. We'd probably just sit around and tell each other how great we were at sex without ever having sex.
But wouldn't you be worried though that you'd be like, God, you're lame, and start losing confidence in yourself?
No, not at all. Didn't even enter my mind.
Okay, be careful. How does Annalise put up with this guy?
I'm telling you. Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? She comes home and there's two of me. She'd leave. She'd be gone. She'd just be gone. She's like, I don't even want to know.
You want to talk about tripod. You want to talk about a new podcast.
And then if
Neil versus Neil.
If we went menage a trois, me and Annalise, how does that work?
Do you get jealous if she's reacting to the other Neil more than you?
No, because we're a team.
Right, but that's sometimes individual things can clash with the team concept, and the next thing you know, she's like digging on Neil. You're going to come home from fucking going to the gym and she's going to be on top of Neil on the couch. You're like, what the fuck? All of a sudden she doesn't need Neil anymore. She doesn't need Neil 1. She just wants Neil 2.
Check my Icon freaking app and it's going to be like, I'm not even home. What is this 25 hours in a row crap?
You're going to get home. She's worn out and so happy. Fucking ear to ear grin. You're like, what have you been up to? Nothing.
Okay. So we get one doll of me, one doll of her, and we couple swap.
Okay, now
what if the dolls end up together? The dolls end up going off, and Annalise and I are just watching Netflix on the couch.
God damn it!
Like, Jesus.
We just blew $30,000 on this.
The dogs hang out with them.
Oh man, that would be fucking awesome. But then you just have to keep doing it. Then it'd be like, well, now Annalise got a second Annalise doll.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you guys have a fucking colony.
Mm-hmm. A colony. It's the weirdest cult ever.
Your neighbors are just like, I don't know, man, but I see her leave, and then I see her leave again. Like, keeps happening. How is this going on?
That's funny.
Excuse me. Anyway, I love this vision. So I was going to say, by the way, if you decide to go out, listeners, to realdoll.com, you might want to not do that at work.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's dirty.
Oh, is it really?
You should go there right now. Oh, it's pictures of naked dolls.
Oh, like they're privates?
Yes. And
real dolls.
It includes products such as Auto Blow 2 Plus, which is a tube, Real Cock 2, which I've heard is not as good as the original. I heard the original
is better. Yeah.
This is like a cash cow. They just made a second one just to, capitalize. And my favorite, the Insert Facilitator Torso, which is just basically from the belly button down to the top of the thighs.
Nice.
You just fuck a torso.
So what the hell is
And look, they got it male and female. Realdoll.com.
Okay, I put real dolls, and you know what came up was Toys R Us.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's messed that up before.
That's not a doll. That's a real person. That's not fair.
Scroll down.
Enter real doll.
Scroll down and look at the Insert Facilitator Torso. You're going to be real impressed.
Insert Facilitator Torso.
You see it?
No, it doesn't want to load for me.
Oh,
Apparently,
boy.
Annalise put my Chromebook on.
Search.
Yeah. What is going on here?
Because she's heard this show.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want him to get that crap.
No.
How can I block just fake dolls and robots from Neil's?
Oh, here we go. Oh my God.
Yeah. I think I think people should go check it out, but just don't do it at work. It is definitely not safe for work. Now, here's something interesting.
Dude looks creepy as hell.
He does, Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the thing, though. You can get really fucking specific in creating these things. Eye color.
Dude, I'm blown away.
You can do eye color, fucking fingernail polish, makeup, skin tone, hair, pubic hair, piercings. Like the one I ordered. I kept. I actually scrolled down to the bottom of the list. If you click on one of the pictures,
this is grossing me out.
If you click on one of the pictures, it shows you all the options you can do. I scrolled through looking at all the stuff you could pick out for your doll, which is just absurd. I'm sure you could put tats on them and shit. And it said, I got to a point where it said, add elf ears. And I was like, okay, I'm done.
That's awesome. Extra faces.
What?
That's what it says.
Like you just work over one of them, so you got to swap it out?
I guess.
Interesting. Anyway.
Oh, they look dead.
Yeah, don't they? Totally dead behind the eyes. I mean, they are.
This is
God,
weird.
Please, Annalise, walk in that door right now. Please walk in that door right now.
This is so weird. Yeah. Let's see what they have for sex toys. Adjustable tripod stand.
Ooh.
Yep. This is so you can stand her up.
Perfect.
Auto blow 2. Booby ball.
There's the auto blow.
Booby ball. Did you see the booby ball? It's
I
3
didn't
inches.
see the booby ball.
3
nice.
inches.
Did you see Real Cock 2?
Bottle of Catalyst.
I want you to see the torso, though. Tell me you saw the torso.
No,
okay,
yeah,
good.
I did.
I just want to make sure you saw that. That is probably...
Oh, extra eyes. High realism. Yeah.
Weird.
Extra or replacement teeth.
Oh, no.
Extra or replacement tongue.
Oh, my God.
Extra penis
shit comes off.
Yeah. Extra penis attachment.
Yeah, of
extra
course.
wigs. Choose your own insert. Oh, wow. This is so weird.
Now,
Labia repair kit, or labia for some people. Labia repair kit.
Did you imagine like going to Target?
Oh my God.
Sorry, do you guys have a labia repair kit?
Nipple, lip, nail repair kit.
Mm-hmm. Shit gets wild.
What's Wicked Real Doll?
Oh God, I don't know. They're from Boston.
RD2 transgender converter. Dude.
See?
I want to
get out of hand.
I want to know what the Wicked Doll is.
I don't know.
Did you see that?
I did not see the Wicked Doll. Does that mean they're evil? Like there's like some sort of crazy...
Oh, here it is. Wicked Real
show?
Doll. Select this doll.
Or does it just mean it's wicked real?
I don't know. Let's find out. What's the worst? Oh my goodness.
This is good podcasting right now.
This is terrible. Selective viewing. Okay, I got to get off this. This is freaking me out.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy that.
Oh my God. I don't like that at all. No.
Well, let's switch subjects.
Yeah.
Okay. So as ride sharing becomes more popular, Neil.
Yeah.
And autonomous vehicles become more capable,
mm-hmm.
turn that thing off.
Oh, it's off.
Okay, good. It's emblazoned,
Yeah.
blazoned in your brain. One thing becomes clear, and that is society needs a new kind of car. A
Fair
new
enough.
project from acclaimed design firm, is it IDEO? Presents one of the most compelling visions to date of an autonomous ride-sharing future. It places the car at the center of a new marketplace, one where owners of an autonomous vehicle can toggle between ride-sharing, car-sharing, and private use. Drivers can choose to ride solo or offset the cost of their car by picking up passengers or renting it to others. The passengers, too, can reduce the price of their trips by agreeing to run errands for the owner. Do you have this link up? Are you looking at what this thing looks like?
Yeah.
It looks like a cubed minivan,
Yeah.
kind of.
It kind of looks like the cube, the Isuzu Cube or whoever makes the cube.
Right. So it's very futuristic looking. IDEO's concept envisions what happens when private vehicles become a public resource. The futuristic minivan is a glassy four-seater designed to shuttle multiple passengers who may or may not know each other. Riders can book a seat in advance and set it to social or private mode, which I love that. Privacy mode activates noise cancellation technology, while social mode triggers acoustic enhancements that make it easier to hear your fellow passengers.
I don't like the glassiness of it. I don't think the whole world needs to see you. Just make it like a regular car.
So the design is not something you like. The concept, though, where basically you're taking your car, which today you have a car, but this is taking it and changing it to say, it's extending the Uber model,
Uber.
way far out. Uberly.
Right. Yeah.
And it's saying, my car is just, it's not, I mean, it's I own it, but it's also, it can return money to me. It can be a service that's provided to others. It's just, it happens to be mine. And when I want to use it, I can use it. I can open it up and have others use it or whatever. I can go to, if you're driving to the city and 3 other people want to get in, they get in and it offsets your costs for, owning and operating the car.
Yeah. Because it's autonomous. It drops you off. It can go drop them off and then comes back.
Right. So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, does that sound interesting at all? And would you be one who would be like, okay, I want a car like that, or I'm going to have my car at home and I'm just going to get in on this fucking ride sharing thing from somebody else's car?
Yeah, I think I'd do someone else's car and I would take it to pick up my newly refurbished sex bot and then have sex in their car and then return it.
Could you fit both of you in the seat? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going to town on the way to work.
Yeah, right. It depends how much one of these costs and how much I could offset the cost. I would imagine since I'd be in San Francisco, it could probably make a lot of money for me during the day. Yeah. So it all depends. I mean, it depends how the insurance worked out. I mean, you know how my mind works. So
right.
I'd have to know.
Yeah, but essentially what you're saying is, takes you and a few others in, drops you off at work, and then while you're at work all day, it's fucking running around like a goddamn taxi cab getting you dough.
And then I call it up when I'm ready to go home, and it comes, picks me up, and then we go.
And then you step into one of the seats and it's got jizz all over it. You're like, God damn it.
Yeah, there's just used freaking icons everywhere.
Hanging from the fucking ceiling. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I think you'd want it to be almost like that. What was that years ago? Was it the Xterra that you could hose out?
Yeah, and I think that Honda Element, is it the Element? Does that too. I would get that plastic dip that I use on my cars for the badges, and I would paint the whole thing like that. So the whole thing could be hosed out. It'd be vinyl seats.
Yeah. That's
very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
That's all right.
And I mean, you're not going to want to use it on anything other than a commute situation.
Right.
By the way, it says the doors are designed to open and close automatically to ease entry and exit. Lighting beneath each seat ensures riders don't forget their belongings when they leave. And a screen on the front of the car can display passenger information during pickup so that it's going to say Neil on the front of the car. So you're right. Like, that's my ride.
That's me.
Instead of having to do the uncomfortable thing now, which is, are you an Uber? Yeah. Who are you picking up?
Yeah. But I mean, I guess at big events like that, it's a thing. But most of the Ubers are marked. And, like on the app, it shows you, here's a picture of the guy and here's the car that's coming.
Right.
So.
Right. Exactly. So.
Most uncomfortable thing is not puking in an Uber on the way home.
Which has
happened. I'm just saying. I'm sure it has.
This has happened to at least one of us. Luckily, somebody thought to bring a plastic Ziploc bag.
That's so weird to come prepared for that.
Well, it wasn't. It was thanks to the party host. You might need this later.
That's awesome.
Should have given me a garbage bag, but the Ziploc was good.
You might need. There's nothing makes you feel better than being that guy.
Oh, well, and the thing is, it's like a huge fine if I
Mhm.
puked all over his car.
Oh, I can
So-
only imagine.
Yeah, it's not good. Don't drink, people.
Don't drink. Don't drink, people.
Don't drink, people. This was sent to me by your lovely wife, Annalise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So retirees, Neil,
Mm-hmm.
have plenty to look forward to. Namely, nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake, searching for your lost shaker of salt, and wasting away again in Margaritaville. And by fall 2017, there will finally be the perfect home to do all of that at once.
Nibbling on sponge cake,
Stepped on a
watching the
drop.
sun bake. Yeah, I like the blew out my flip-flop.
Blew out my flip-flop. A Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville themed active adult community,
Yeah.
dare I say Metamucilville,
Mm-hmm.
is in the works in Daytona Beach, Florida, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed for those looking to live the margarita lifestyle as they grow older, but not up, said the CEO of Margaritaville. Buffett's core audience is already well into their senior living years, which is very true. This $1 billion project makes sure that at least some of those fans don't have to live like they qualify for an AARP card. There will be about 7,000 homes up for sale in late 2017. Maybe you should skip Jamaica
and just move in here.
This. Yeah, I mean, you're not old enough.
Nibbling on sponge cake.
So residents are expected to move in by 2018. The excitement is already building, though. Over 10,000 people have registered. And why not? There will be walkable neighborhoods, an indoor lap pool, spa, Margaritaville dining, and beverage concepts, a resort pool with beach access, and a no-worries tropical vibe, man. What do you think of this?
I think it's awesome.
I think it's crazy.
It's totally crazy, but I think it's awesome. I mean, I like it not because it's whoever this guy is, Jimmy Buffett. But I think the idea of and sadly it's obviously going to be that upper class people that can afford something like this. But look, you're getting older. You kind of want to hang out with other people around your age, but you want to have fun and you want a low maintenance lifestyle. This is great, and it's more themed. It's not just it's like if you're really into this, like maybe they'll do like a Bon Jovi one when I'm older. I'll be all over it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You just hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
What would they call it?
Freaking living on a prayer, living out your prayer.
Living out your prayer.
Kind of a themed, retirement community. I think could be a lot of fun.
Wanted dead.
Yeah, dead, not alive. Yeah.
What are they called? Parrot heads, right?
Yep, parrot heads.
Jimmy Buffett people. Don't you feel like, though, I guess if you're into that, you wouldn't get sick of it, but to me it feels like you would. It's almost like being stuck on a cruise ship for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but
like
that life might only be a good 2 years.
Well, it could be, but adult communities a lot of times are 55 plus. We're not that far away from that, sir.
Well, I guess I see it more because I don't think they're going to be piping like the music throughout the whole resort all the time.
They might be.
They might. You're right. And I guess you might. But I guess I think of it a little. I keep saying I guess. No, I'm not guessing. This is exactly what I'm saying. I'm thinking that it might be less cruise ship and more themed, meaning like when you go to a
more
rustic
Disneyland.
cabin. It's not Disneyland. It would be more
I
like
see what you're saying.
you stay at the California Adventure Hotel and it
Right.
kind of, something like that, as opposed to you're just Jimmy Buffett, all the people walking around dressed like Jimmy Buffett, playing guitar,
Jimmy
making
Buffett lookalikes everywhere.
yeah, making tequila shots in your mouth, or the thing that would get a little annoying is if the Margaritaville inspired restaurant was the only restaurant here, and you're like, oh my God.
Well, he's got a
Margaritaville.
restaurant. I think it's his. It's certainly themed after him in Maui. I think it's called Cheeseburger in Paradise.
I don't think that's his. I think it's themed after him. But he's got Margaritaville restaurants. There's
he?
2 in Jamaica that are hugely popular with the locals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're tourist stops, and then at night they become like the local place to go dance. One of the local places to go dance.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Huh.
and there's a Margaritaville in the Jamaica airport too, Montego Bay, not Kingston.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, he's dead now, but would there be a Papaya Town? community?
God, that would be awesome.
Is that what he called it?
That son of a bitch, something like that.
Poor Bill Paxton.
Yeah, but I think that this would be cool.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think it'd be
I guess
fun.
if that's your jam, then that's it. But fuck, they got 10,000 people already signed up for 7,000 homes. So they're doing something right.
Like a sport, like let's say you're big into basketball or whatever, and it was kind of themed around that.
But I just feel like you gotta have some
Wheelchair
variety. I think you get
you're
sick
allowed
of it.
to leave.
I know you're allowed to
stuck
leave,
here.
but you still live there. That's where you live.
Yeah, but your house doesn't have variety. It is what it is.
Sure, but it's also not themed after something very specific where I'm like having to face it every day.
Bet you it's family themed.
Sure.
It's okay.
But
There
it
you go.
also changes over time.
Right, and this will too.
Will it?
Well, they'll change records.
If I have to hear fucking Pencilton
Wasted
mustache or
away,
whatever
yeah.
that is one more time, god damn it.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool.
I think it's an interesting idea, but I worry about the long-term sanity of the people that might live there.
Well, then again, you're there and you don't like it. You can always sell. You don't have to stay there.
Well,
and
that's
then a
true.
new parrot head can come in for a few years.
I guess that's true.
Maybe this isn't the final stop.
This is just late in the game.
This is just prepping for the final stop.
This is before you get to Bon Jovi land.
That's where it's just
That's all
it's all in black and white.
Who would ever want to leave there?
Bon Jovi.
You're not
lands.
allowed to leave. It's like Hotel California.
That's right. Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
Let me ask you this, Matador. Have you ever thought it would be a lot of fun to fake kill your wife and then send those pictures of her dead corpse? I guess dead body. Corpses are there are no living corpses, right?
I wouldn't call, unless you're some sort of necrophiliac, you might consider them living in some fashion.
That's true. And then sending those pictures of your dead wife to like her family and your family?
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. No, I would never do that.
Well, a couple from Ohio took a prank way too far, and it landed them in hot water with police. Micah, I think it's Reisner, 29, and his fiancee, Natalie Schlett.
Natalie Schlett.
Yeah, Natalie. Well, I'm like, is it Natalie? Natalie? It's an interesting way to spell it. Have you ever seen Natalie spelled
I
that
think
way?
it's Natalie.
Yeah, have you ever seen it
Because
spelled that way?
Leigh is the female way to spell Lee sometimes.
But it could be Lay,
Well, it could, like sleigh, like a sleigh ride.
right?
But in this case, I think it might be Natalie.
I don't like it. I like Natalie.
But I
So-
don't. Is it Schlett or Schletty?
It's Shalacky. We're
Hey,
charged.
Schletty, get over here.
They were charged with introducing
Introducing panic.
this is panic. This is Reisner.
Hello.
Inducing panic after they faked a murder and sent fake bloody pictures to family members.
Not a good idea.
Sandusky police, that name is always tied to crap like this. Sandusky police told Fox Cleveland that they received 2 alarming phone calls saying Schlett had been brutally murdered by Reisner. One of the callers said Reisner sent them a photo of what appeared to show Schlett covered in blood in a bathtub in the couple's homes.
And you saw the picture.
The pictures, it's done really well.
It's very gruesome.
Yeah.
The fact that the knife is sitting like that close is a little too convenient.
And then when I first saw it, that whatever is covering her private area, I thought was a cat. I'm like, they killed the cat.
Why'd you involve the cat?
Yeah. Anyway, they go on to say that it looked very real. It looked like someone had murdered or could have been self-inflicted. You don't know at the time, but if you look at the photo, just getting it, it looks like a real crime scene incident. Along with the gruesome image, Reisner texted his sister Mimi that he wasn't sure what happened. Please
Here we
help
go.
me. I really didn't mean to. I don't remember, he wrote. We was arguing. Yeah, we was arguing and I woke up to this. A panicked Mimi asked her brother if Schlett was dead. Instead of answering, Reisner told his sister to come by and get him. Anyway, it goes on for a little while longer. But what I like.
But here's the best part right here that you're just about to get to is she agreed to pick up her brother and also seemingly texted him instructions on how to cover up the murder.
Yeah, I was gonna leave that part out.
Oh, sorry.
Only because now it's getting weird. Now it's hard to joke about because now she's the weird one.
Because she's showing some true colors there.
Yeah,
Loyalties to the brother.
for sure.
But like, oh God, we got to get you out of this.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about this when I saw it. If it was like my sister, my response would have been the same exact thing. Stay
Right.
there. This is what you want to do.
Don't say anything. Don't call
Do you
anybody.
have it? Yeah. And but yeah,
Do you have an incinerator in the building?
I kind of like the darkness and the funniness of the practical joke. I
Right.
don't know if I would do it with family though.
Who you would do it to Ed?
Right. Or Henno
Right.
or you. Hey, Matt, guess what?
I found Annalise in the bathtub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my first thought would not be, oh my God, he's murdered his wife and he's sending me a picture of her. It would be, well, this is a joke because he would never murder his wife and send me a picture of her.
Well, that's the whole thing too. Another, it's kind of like if this happened to anybody, I would imagine after the shock and calling the police at first, you would call your family and say probably nothing because you'd be a blubbering mess.
Right.
Not send a picture and,
Right.
So, but still, it would be unnerving,
Yes.
I mean, they did pretty good. And apparently they used ketchup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which normally doesn't quite work right. I guess in a blurry, camera phone picture, it could work, but it looks fair. It looks pretty good. The scene looks good. Like I said, it's the knife sitting next to her that doesn't work for me. Otherwise,
Right. And the
looks good.
cat.
and the cat covering her privates.
Yeah. It was so funny. I kept looking at the picture. I'm like, why is there a cat there?
Now,
Yeah.
did you read as far enough to see what the motive was?
I did not.
The sister owed him money.
No.
That's why he texted her. He wanted her to come over so he could get money from her.
Oh, I see it. I skipped over that. Yeah.
So there's
Cop said
the reason.
Reisner sent the photo of the family member because he was trying to get his sister to come over to his house because she allegedly owed him money.
That's a pretty drastic move.
Wow.
Particularly since she's going to drive over there, call your parents, and be like, "Holy shit!"
Well, now
killed
hearing
his
that,
wife.
it's
Fiance.
all making a little more sense. The sister and the wife probably don't get along.
Right.
The wife is probably the one that's constantly on her husband, her brother. The
You
sister.
need to get that money back.
Yeah. So this was a way that she would actually come over is to say, oh, and that's probably, again, why the sister's like, I am in all the way. We will dump this bitch's body and no one will ever know.
No. Don't.
Hell, I'll say
call
I killed her. Don't worry, bro. It's going to be good.
I got you.
That's funny. I totally missed that.
Yeah. If you find it, folks, check out the picture. It's worth it. Especially since she's not dead.
Yet.
So, Neil, are you a fan of the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I was a fan. I did like it. Yeah. I guess I still am. Haven't seen it in a while.
Well, you can now have all those things combined into one.
Well, that sounds delightful.
Air travel never involves air travel alone. City-to-city transport usually goes something like car or cab to train to shuttle to terminal where you catch a plane, only to reverse the process at the other end. Often with a little running somewhere along the line for good measure. Airbus came up with a crazy idea to change all of that with pop-up. Pop.up. There's a lot of dots. It's like last week with the condoms. They were I.con. Why just call them icon?
I knew we couldn't make it without an old man rant.
I mean, come on. Why do you got to do it that way? Just call it pop-up.
There's a lot of dots. All these kids with their dots today. .com, .sex, .uk.
Fucking shit. A conceptual two-passenger pod that clips to a set of wheels hangs under a quadcopter, links with other pods to create a train, and even zips through a Hyperloop tube.
I like Hyperloop tubes.
Did you see the picture of this thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right
crazy looking.
now. Yeah.
So it says around town, the carbon fiber pod couples with an electric ground module and rolls along on rather conventional four wheels. It's autonomous, of course.
Your favorite.
Boy. Oh boy. Because everything is in the future. Fucking right on there. Don't want to creep along in gridlock traffic? Simply summon an 8-rotor air module that resembles a supersized consumer drone. Dun dun dun. Clip in, take off, and enjoy a range that, should this technology ever actually work, max out at about 60 miles. So it can come pick you up. Essentially, you fucking call the thing in, it flies over you, drops down, picks you fucking up, and flies you down the road.
I don't like it.
This is weird. It says it all sounds crazy, but some big names see it happening. Dubai, the most superlative of Emirates, plans to put people carrying drones in service later this year. You're gonna start being able to fly those motherfuckers.
Like, well, that's the thing. You're not flying. It's all autonomous.
I know, but sorry. Yes, that's true. But when they say people carrying drones, that makes me wonder exactly how that works. They just come pick you up by the shoulders.
That would be great. They're like giant hawks. That's what they would start making them look like pterodactyls. That would be awesome. And there's people flying around. There's a little harness you put on and you clip under the pterodactyl and you're just like buzzing around.
That would be awesome. It will feel prehistoric, but be very futuristic.
Got to watch out for those bird strikes.
Exactly. One of the issues with all of these, these creations that are going to help you get, through your commute is what they call the last mile problem. So how do you get to your destination and where does the thing go?
Right.
Where pop.up has an edge is that it can drop you and then fucking go sit on a recharging station while you're doing your business. So it's just supposed to transport you into the city and drop you off.
Right. Almost like that other autonomous car that you could rent out where you were like, it drops you off and then it goes and does its business during the day.
Which makes more sense than this.
Yeah.
Except for that you get stuck in traffic. So, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. But again, if everything's autonomous, traffic would probably move along a little bit better because it would all say we're all going to, because there wouldn't be as much as that accordion effect because people are stupid.
Yeah, there was a thing I saw, I think it was on Twitter last night. Did you see that one where they were talking about the autonomous cars and how they could kill you?
Well, they'll have to choose. Is that what you mean?
Choose.
Yeah.
Yes, that they could be approaching a street and like kids spill out into the intersection and it'll ram you into a wall to kill you to avoid killing the people.
Right.
So that's fresh.
I'd like to think if kids spilled onto an intersection, I would do that myself.
What if it was a bunch of old parrot heads that wandered off the property of Margaritaville?
Well, I'm pretty sure the autonomous car will know because it will have heard that song every time we drive by that freaking place over and over.
Fuck it. Dunk, 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 dunk.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's true. It's
didn't
like
just blow out a flip flop there.
Well, then what you want to do is just always travel with a ton of people in your autonomous car. So you're like, you ain't gonna kill 6 of us.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. It's a numbers game.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pack like 14 tiny little dogs in there with me, so it senses the heartbeat of 15 different things. Right. So it's like, well, I've got 15 passengers.
It's like a clown car.
That's right.
By the way, and I meant to ask you this, did you
By the way,
did you see the viral video of the woman in Bellevue, Washington, and the drone coming over her fucking house?
No.
So this drone flies over the backside of her house, and she comes out and is looking at it, starts throwing shit at it. Mm-hmm. Then it kind of backs off a little bit, and then she goes back inside the house. It starts to come down a little bit. She comes out with a fucking gun and starts shooting at the thing.
Nice.
This is what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking land-air warfare is what's happening.
Well, just wait till people start arming these drones.
I know. That's what's going to happen. And then you know what we're going to have? We're going to have robots in our homes that are drone fighters.
Yeah.
Or we're going to need some of those French hawks.
Right. Everyone's going to have like EMP freaking pulse bombs.
Fucking Matrix shit.
We're going to fry our electronics like once a week in our house. We're like, son of a bitch. Yeah, it's weird. It's gonna get way weird before it gets normal again.
No, and it's coming way too fast.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
Hey-o.
I heard that a few times.
You came too fast.
It's bizarre.
It's scary.
That's one of the things that bums me out about dying. Is that I won't be able to see like how crazy the frickin' world gets.
But your voice could be carried in the drone that carries Annalise to work. Could you imagine you're just talking incessantly? She's like, Jesus Christ, kneel off.
It's a giant pterodactyl that just goes, I had taken you to work.
Enjoy your day.
And then singing Margaritaville all the way home.
Oh, God damn it. See? Hell on earth coming soon to town near you.
That's right.
Oh.
So I take it you're in on this. You're going to be first in line. It is going to be for rich people, so you're in on that.
Well, for sure. Only if I can take my 10 key with me, and I agree, pterodactyl all the way.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it. Something that's going to pick me up. I like the individual unit more than the pod. I like the fact that you're just dangling. Your feet are dangling in the air the whole time.
Pterodactyl or like a Kermit the Frog. Heidi-ho.
Like Kermit.
Yeah, just this lanky Kermit the Frog thing comes and picks you up.
Thanks again for listening to another bonus episode. Next week will be fun. We'll be recording in person in Napa. So check that out. Again, you can find us at reasonsareseveral.com, and you can talk to us on Twitter at reasonsare and at angelsfreak7. Don't forget to tell a friend about the show, and we'll be back next week. See ya.